What's up, Lorain County football fans? Welcome to Week 9 of The Blitz. It's brought to you by our friends at First Federal Savings of Lorain. I'm your host, Rocco Nucci. The one and only Kristen Bauer has returned and is behind the camera this week. Very excited to bring you our Week 9 matchups this week on WEOL. But before we got to get to Week 9, we got to talk about a record-setting Friday night in Lorain County back in Week 8. But first, before we even do that, let's talk about those Columbia Raiders. They stayed perfect on the season. They knock off Clearview 20-13 on WEOL this past Friday night to stay undefeated, both overall and in conference play. They stay atop the Lorain County League standings, and what a game it was for those Columbia Raiders. This was a game tied at 7 at the half, and coming out of the locker room, it was the Raiders who put together a 9-minute drive capped by, who else? Marco Sirigliano, a touchdown plunge for the young man. He scored all 3 of Columbia's touchdowns, and that kind of gave the Raiders the lead for good. Now, credit Clearview. They didn't quit in that game. They actually responded to that long drive with one of their own as Ethan Lorenzana found the end zone, but they missed the extra point to stay down a point. Columbia would tack on another score, and that would be all she wrote as the Raiders. Again, they prevail 20-13. They stay on top of the Lorain County League. Elsewhere in the LCL, Firelands, they drubbed Keystone 35-0, and we're here at Keystone. Should mention that for this week's episode of The Blitz. They'll be our radio game this week, the Keystone Wildcats, but not a great Week 8 for them. Again, they fall to Firelands 35-0. Offensive line for the Falcons, absolutely dominant from the word go. They had 10 different ball carriers, total 155 yards on the ground. So Firelands, their offense, they were just doing what they do. Noah Engel, shout out to that young man for the Falcons. He had his first varsity touchdown. He intercepted Keystone quarterback Paul Horton and took it to the house. Granted, only about 5 yards, but still a pick six nonetheless for Noah Engel. So the Falcons, they're back to 4-4 as Keystone drops to 2-6. But we'll talk about the Wildcats more here in a second. Black River, they shut out Brookside by that same score, 35-0. The Pirates had over 250 rushing yards, including 124 from Jace Hopek. He also found the end zone twice. Seth Gaspari led the defense with a pick six as well. So a couple of pick sixes there in Week 8. That's the third straight win now for the Pirates. 4 losses in a row for Brookside after they started 3-1 on the season. In the Southwestern Conference, the SWC, Avon, they're all over Midview back in Week 8, 45-7, the final score there. And we talked about a record-setting night, and it happened in Avon. Jacorion Caffey, the running back, the University of Cincinnati commit, he broke 3 school records. That's right, 3 school records Jacorion broke this past Friday night. He set the rushing record for the school with 3,940 yards, the touchdown record for Avon with 60, and also the Eagles scoring record with 260 total career points now. Just an incredible career, an incredible season, and an incredible Friday night for Avon Eagle running back Jacorion Caffey. Shout out to that young man. I know Coach Mike Elder speaks very, very highly of him, and just an incredible young man on and off the football field. So congratulations to Jacorion and Avon for a big Friday night. And how about those Elyria Pioneers, folks? They picked up their first win of the season finally with a 46-41 win against Amherst. A single-game school rushing record was set by Kevin Jordan of the Pioneers. 334 yards on the ground for Kevin Jordan, just absurd. He had 5 touchdowns as well in the contest, and that rushing record broke Tony Godbolt Jr.'s record of 303 total yards. So congratulations to Kevin Jordan and Elyria for that first win of the season. For Amherst, a really tough battle for them. Quarterback Cole Norris for the Comets, he threw 5 touchdown passes. He ran for 1, just not enough, unfortunately, for the Comets. That's their 4th loss in a row after they started 3-1. So there's pretty much a synopsis of what happened in Week 8. What the heck is there to look forward to here in Week 9 with playoffs right around the corner? Well, I'll tell you, on the radio and Stream 1 Friday night, we will be right here, home of the Keystone Wildcats, as the Wellington Dukes come into town to take on Keystone. That should be a really fun rivalry game. Very much looking forward to that one this Friday night on WEOL and at WEOL.com, Stream 1. On Stream 2, it'll be Black River at Clearview, a really good Lorain County League battle as well. Clearview looking to bounce back after a tough out against Columbia last week, so we'll see what they got against Clearview. Our Medina County matchup on Stream 3, it'll be Solon at Brunswick. A really good Medina County matchup here. Granted, just a battle of 1-7 teams, but still looking forward to this one Friday night on WEOL. And a couple of other ones to look out for. 2 SWC games I have my eyes on. North Ridgeville at Avon Lake. 2 teams looking to bounce back from losses last week. And then Elyria at Midview. How do the Pioneers respond after their first win of the season? And can Midview respond after getting drubbed by Avon this past Friday night? We'll find out here in Week 9. So that'll pretty much do it. Week 8 in the books, Week 9 up ahead, playoffs right around the corner. It's an awesome time here for Lorain County High School football. So for Kristen Bauer behind the camera, I'm your host, Rocco Nucci, saying thank you for watching another episode of The Blitz, brought to you by First Federal Savings of Lorain. We'll see you guys next time.